The whole it is I mean that what you starting kicking off now. It's in my opinion a far more complex thing.
This is some future thinking, I guess.
Yeah. First of all, in my perception, television is for education totally inappropriate because it's a distance medium and it is it was basically introduced for control, and it will be still there for control, and it is misused for entertainment. And for other things, that medium it's not it doesn't fit, because yes, we achieved a misuse, and that misuse is quite costly because it went a lot of energy and money into it, but the medium itself remained as it was a couple of years ago. The major players just shifted. The government is not anymore part of it, it's industry part of it. So why is it so? The industry is only looking now where it can grab public money into their domain. Yeah, that's the only interest. So let's say Corner House. We have an institution which is Corner House. So Corner House had an old format of these alternative art places, and now it comes into trouble where it faces basically the question: how is it profitable compared to a commercial supermarket? Can it survive in the commercial supermarket age? No, it can't survive in the commercial supermarket age, because Corner House is not producing any products which can be redistributed. Yeah? And the same thing is with education. Education worldwide, it started a couple of years ago with the Bologna Treaty, where basically the universities got the marching direction, said, hey guys, you need to be self-sustainable. Basically, you are companies, and end of story. So the academic staff needs to pay the university. Now you have formats where the academic staff is paying the university if an academic wants to research. So the university, yes, you can research, but you have to pay us. So you pay an amount of your salary back to the university, and for that you can research. So you don't need to teach, you don't need to administrate in the hourly division of your thing. Yeah. So this is one part, and that again is more and more outsourced to the industry, because the industry says why we should keep the education in government hands. It doesn't bring us any money. First of all, they can't manage it. Second, all, we don't agree. Third, they don't build the people which we don't need. We don't need any critics. We don't need any creative people. We need just basically slaves which are operating as protheses, the machines which we are building. Yeah. So I understand that. Yeah, I understand the industry, why they should give Corner House or the University of Manchester money. They say, we can provide it much better, give us the money. We will reduce the costs of your departments to 100%, 99 point whatsoever, and we will make it better. Yeah. So this is the question. About the parents and education, that game is over. The parents is nowadays in the society, they have to work from 9 to 5 and don't think they have time and energy when they're coming at 5 back to take care of the kids, because they are fucked up. They are brainwashed and fucked up, come at home, the only thing what is left over, either they pump their brain up with drugs, or they sit in front of the TV, or drink beer and hope that they can survive till Friday, because then binge drinking starts. That's the only revolution. Here in England you have binge drinking from Friday, Saturday. That is where the normal civil society comes together, have agreement. We shit and piss on every corner on this society.
It feels like you're describing my life.
One thing I want to say in
this
context is, and this makes the thing really complicated, we are the society and we are the industry. This is a really interesting point. I mean, it's not that simply antagonistic. there's the enemy, there's the bad guys that try to control the world. It's all human beings like you and me who are society, who decide on the direction and so on. And what I find interesting is that the whole responsibility of the direction of society is put on the market and nowhere else.
Yeah, but I would really try to pull back. We're saying, okay, we have some social networks which are free, but the price is paid in the real space in some different level. And you know all the tricks with the phone companies where they say you get a flat rate, you get it for free, and they pull out the money somewhere else. So I think we're in the same point. If parents have to work that hard to educate the people, and then they need the drugs to kind of support this, and
Parents are not educating, nobody.
they are not educating anymore, but they think they're doing it.
No, they know. They don't
No,
have
till
energy.
the age of 5, they try to educate. Then they have to get money. Then they have to pay the rent. Then they have to pay the Pampers, and they don't have. I think they have 150,000 pounds per baby, and they don't get substitute. They have to work their ass off for it. That's basically
But
the truth.
it's their decision to have kids or not.
Yeah, when some
It's an
countries
interesting
it's-
thing. We are dying out in the Western civilization. Yeah? So this is a quite a revolutionary question. Do we not creating kids because the society is so fucked up and we will die out? And this is the only revolution which we can give back to the establishment, that these establishments will die out, or are we creating kids and getting into the trouble how it is now in nowadays to creating kids, because
Well, the Islamic
educating.
society really basically creates a lot of kids, this is clear, and so it will be a shift on some interest maybe in the future.
Should we maybe end on this kind of light?
Because the topic is becoming dangerous now.
No, not so much that. I think
Well, I've just got one question. I mean, like you've outlined a problem. What's the solution? Just out of interest, and how does your work fit in with that?
Well, I can start with the statement. It's my individual statement. I think as an artist you have a certain responsibility and a certain interest in creating, I would say, real space. I think everything is tools to create the real space. If it's my living space or other people in a meeting. And still pulling back to education, I think there's a perception mistake in the difference between knowledge and information, especially through new media. So what you see on TV, which is a crap medium on the level of knowledge, and the same thing on the net, some people think it's real knowledge. So the example is very simple. If you have a recipe which you learn via TV or via net, and then somebody pulls up and see how does it taste, you're on the edge of what knowledge is with information. Information channel is the structural thing which you can put through the net, which you can put through TV, but the knowledge of how it tastes, how hot and how it smells, and the recipe or the steak which you learn to cook, you can only do it in real space. But I think that in the knowledge and in the education of the people, they say, if you've seen that on the net, if you've seen it on TV, you know what it is. And this is the mixing up of knowledge and information. And this, I think, in education has to be clearly split and kind of ground people, also on globalism, the information about global situation. You can kind of feel it down to earth in the real space. And I think you need more real space, and this is the interest I have in the education, or in creating spaces, or in artistic projects, to get the real space together. The rest is tools. This is personal interest now. And we can have different concepts about education and industry and everything you want, but I think the real space is where we always go together.